So one of the most asked questions on this channel is how the hell do I manage two YouTube channels, Instagram and a full-time SD job along with my life responsibilities? And in the last video we discussed about the mindset and the internal systems of it, but there is also a functional side of this whole system that relies completely on Notion. So I have been using Notion for almost 5 years now, and it has been the favorite piece of software in all through the years, and seeing how it has changed and evolved my life to be better, I recommend it to everyone, to my friends, to my colleagues, and I was even teaching my dad how to use Notion last week when I went back home. And coming to the point, today is 1st July, which means half of 2024 is over, and it is time to get serious, guys. Half of the year is gone, and I will start getting serious by setting my goals for the third quarter of this year. So when we first open up Notion, we land on this page called Life of Sankho. This is basically the life OS or the life tracker kind of thing. You can basically, this is like the dashboard of my whole Notion workflow. Okay, so I have this small progress bar thing. This shows that if I'm going to live a life of 80 years, 30% of my life is gone. That is just there to freak me out every time I open up Notion, that fuck, 30% is done. And that thing is right there just to freak me out every time I open up Notion, that oh my god, 30% of my life is done. What the fuck am I doing with my life? But yeah, as you can see, it starts off with a quote from Irfan Junejo. As you can see, it also starts off with a quote from Mr. Junejo. It says, out of sight, out of mind. What it means, I'm not gonna explain. People who watch him already know. And there are also hyperlinks to the channels, to like the Sankho Kun channel, the Sankho Kun channel studio, the Cut channel and the creator studio for that channel, the Kun Instagram and the Cut Instagram. I can navigate to all of them right from this page. Now we come on to the main pages that I use on a daily basis, or somewhat on a more frequent basis, that are all listed down here with links. This is the goal planner. That is the one that we're gonna start off with, but let me just run you through some other things that are going on. There is the content plan. You have seen this page before. We'll come on to all the nooks and crannies of the content plan later on. There is the idea box. Idea box is basically for me to put my ideas, any type of weird and jumbled ideas, into there, and later I will take like one day every 1 or 2 weeks to just filter things out of that idea box and put them into their particular places or their designated places. There is collaboration. This is basically all my collaborations with brands and other creators that basically go in there. Again, that is something confidential. I cannot go into it because there are terms of money and everything. And next on the list we have skill tree, which is like a video game-ish kind of term, but this basically have all these skills that I currently have and all the skills that I want to learn, and it also has the resources that I need for upgrading to a next level in a skill. That the resources can be videos, can be courses, can be podcasts, can be books, and all of those other different things. This is basically how a skill tree would look like in a Sekiro or some other kind of video game, and that is exactly what I tried to replicate over here. Then there is a page called mobile notes. This is a dedicated page for me to open up on my mobile device and jot down ideas. Then I can, again, later when I sit back to replenish and filter those ideas, I can look through those as well. Then there is a SaaS page. This is again a secret side business kind of thing that I'm doing with my friends, and it is going to remain a secret for some time. Then there is the room inspiration, because I am planning to shift and there is a lot of things that I want to do with my room. So if you open this up, you can see there are different things that I want to buy, their prices, their links and everything. And then there is also a mood board where I have got different workspace aesthetics and inspirations from Pinterest, and I just copied them from here. By the way, there is a niche thing that I found out about Pinterest, is that initially what I used to do is I would go on Pinterest, and suppose I like this, I would come here, I would copy image, and then I'll go back to my Notion and I will paste that image. Well, that works like a charm, but there is something better that I can do that I found out. Now that way I can just paste in any image, and I can also crop the image by pressing that button according to how I like it. Okay, that looks better. So the point is, previously I used to copy and paste each and everything over here, but what I found out is that suppose I have this Pinterest board called motivation with all these weird ass motivational quotes that I find on Pinterest. I can just click on share from here and copy the link. If I come over back to my Notion, and I'll just show it to you somewhere over here, I can go ahead and embed this whole thing, and you see what it does. Just embedded the whole Pinterest board into my Notion, and I can just scroll through things. I can click and open any of them. That is the beauty of embedding things in Notion, because Notion just keeps coming up with new and useful features. It is honestly very hard to keep track of everything. Now if we get back, the next page is personal finance, again something that I cannot really showcase in a video. Then there are 100 movies to watch. This is a list of 100 movies that I want to watch, which I keep neglecting on, because I really want to watch my classic movies, because before calling myself a movie enthusiast, I really need to watch Pulp Fiction and movies like those, and if we scroll down a little bit, we go down to the to-do list, and as you can see, these are the things, the not started are the things that I want to get done, but they are not urgent as of today. The to start part is some things that I want to get done today itself. The in progress is self-explanatory, things that I'm working on, and the finished is again self-explanatory. I have added a few more buttons in this, like add expense, add income, and if I click these buttons, these just take me to the personal finance page and open up a new expense model is what I want to say. And I can also click on this create new video. If I click on this, and this will create a new page in my content plan, and if I open it, you will see this is a new video that is already created, and this whole template is copied over, and the channel is set to go, and the tag and the status and all these things are created by themselves just by this click of this button. Now all of these buttons and graphs and databases can seem a little overwhelming, a little more complex when you are starting out. So if you want a full Notion beginner workflow guide or Notion tutorial for beginners, let me know in the comments below. I'll make somewhere around a 30 to 40 minutes video which will teach you everything, well not everything, everything that you need to know as a beginner to use Notion. Now moving on, if we go scroll down a little more, we see something called fresh sheets. Fresh sheets basically mean fresh ideas. Now this is something that I wanted to showcase, is the Notion web clipper. So Notion web clipper is basically a browser extension that you can install right by clicking any of these buttons, and it will just show up over here. And suppose I am on this particular video and I just want to save this video for later use, and as you can see, we have this icon over here. I'll just click this and click on save page, and it will save itself. See, color in my films YouTube, it will add itself to fresh. So these are all the fresh ideas, well not really ideas, the fresh pieces of content and the fresh pieces of information that I would like to look back on. So all those come over here and they get added as blocks or tiles, as you can see. And if you scroll down a little more, we see there is this content calendar, which is a huge calendar which gives me a perspective of the whole month that is going on and when do I need to upload which video. And I am showing you June 2024 because I do not want to show you July. That will spoil all the videos that are coming this particular month. But yeah, this stays here to give me a broader perspective of where I'm going with both the channels and what are the videos, what are the things that I really need to focus on. Alright, so now let's jump into the goal planner and plan our top 3 goals for the next 3 months. Why 3 months, you say? Because 3 months is not a very long time as 12 months, and I think 3 months is again a large enough time to get something done, at least in the domain of work that I do. The first thing is I want to hit 200k on Sankho Kun. Now I generally say that you should set input based goals, but there are some times when you want to set some output based goals. I want to hit 50k on Sankho's cut Instagram, 30k on Sankho's cut YouTube. Alright, these are my main 3 goals, and again always keep yourself to 3 goals, not more than that. As you can see, there is a toggle list. If I open it, I can find like top 3 actions that I need to take. Yeah, I'll show you something called the Notion plan, and Notion plan is the biggest database that I have in Notion, and it controls every type of content that I make on both of my YouTube channels, both of my Instagram, every single idea of a video, every single script, shortlist, mood board, and every single thing that you can think of is in that content plan database. And if I open, and again I have changed the view of the database so that you cannot see the videos that are coming in July, but you can see the videos that have already been published. That doesn't cause any harm. So as you can see, this is the master database. These have all the videos, and this is the Kun long database. What this has is basically it has a filter which says that whenever it has a channel is set to Kun and the tag does not contain shorts, because shorts is for short form content. So for all the videos that is not a short and that has the channel set to Kun, that will show up in this particular view. And that is the beauty of Notion. You see, you can have a master database and then you can have different views for different channels, different content formats and different types of videos. This is Kun long, this is Kun short, this is cut long, and this is cut short. And all of these things just fit so seamlessly into my workflow. I'll show you. And this is the filter that I've shown, right? And there is also some automations. As you can see over here, Sankho Kun's automations, all of these things, I'll show what they do exactly. So whenever I have a new video idea, I can just come over here to new, I can click on this and I can either create a short or create a video. So if I go to create a video, you will see this whole template of thumbnail, title, description, mood board, sponsor guidelines, ideas, research, screenplay, script, and shortlist. All of these things are already there. I don't need to make them again and again. This is called a video template. You can create templates by yourself. And as soon as I add this channel to Kun, it will add the tag and the status on itself, you see right there. And this is called an automation. An automation is basically telling whenever I do this, do these things automatically, and it helps me a lot. There are other automations I have set up across my Notion workflow, but yeah, this is just an example. So I can create this video, I can come down and list down ideas. I can also embed any type of links. If I want this particular video to be embedded over here, I can just copy it here and I can add it as a paste as mention, or I can just embed this video. I generally like to embed the video so it reminds me, क्योंकि बाद में मैं भूल जाऊंगा कि यार क्या वीडियो इंपोर्ट किया था मैंने. So यहाँ पे if I just include that, I can have this over here. I can add any type of research, any type of codes that I want to add in my video, and also all the ideas. Then I will come down here. I'll show you a video that has some stuff already in it, like how I make time for everything. The last video that I uploaded, you see the main idea was 8 days a week, and then there are different things that I wanted to include in it. Then there is the script of it, the first 10 seconds and all of these things are included in the script. Then I will look at the script and create the short list, the new shots, the new footages that I really need to take for the A-roll or whatever the B-roll. And then I will look at the script and create the short list, all the new footages that I need to take for the A-roll or the B-roll of the video, and they are all listed here with checkboxes. So whenever I get a particular shot, I can just click on this and the to-do list type of short list is completely taken care. And I would often create mood boards for videos as well, just by copying over some inspirational shots from Pinterest and also writing down a few more ideas. And yeah, that is basically how the workflow of me going through a whole video works. Now you see, having such a big database has its benefits, but it also has its problems. Like if I want to know the publish date of a particular video, how do I find it? See, Notion AI is a beautiful thing. You can just click on this button and ask like, hey, what is the deadline for the video named Homecoming? This is the vlog of me going back home. And if I just ask that, it will look through the whole database. See, now it's reading this whole thing. The deadline for the video named Homecoming is July 19th, 2024. That way you know on July 19, 2024, the Homecoming vlog is going to be published. And I can do a whole lot more with Notion AI. If I come down to a particular video, like this is the whole script, right? I can select the whole script all the way to the bottom, and I can go and ask AI to please, I can tell it to improve my writing. I can tell it to fix spelling and grammar. I can tell it to make it shorter, make it longer. I can make it change the tone to a little more professional, a little more casual, friendly, or I can ask it to simplify the language. I can ask it to summarize the whole thing. Like, let's see this in action. I will ask this to change the tone to more professional, because I write my videos in a more friendly and confident tone, but I want to change it to professional. Let's see what it does. The whole thing will be changed, the whole tone will be changed. So this really helps me out when I'm writing, because I want my ideas to be conveyed in a particular way. But again, I want my ideas to still stay my ideas. That is why I can write my own ideas in my own way, and then I can change it to make it sound more professional or make it sound more confident. And then I can also ask Notion AI to continue writing or make it longer, but that is not something that we want to do. I'll just discard it for now. So I also use it to proofread sometimes. Like I'll just go here and fix spelling and grammar. It will go through everything and it will fix the spelling and grammar for all of these things. I can replace the selection. That way the new text that is generated, it will replace the old text that has already gone through. And the best thing about Notion is that all of these databases, this complex annotation, the other views, the calendars, and all of these things that you see might seem really complicated and overwhelming at the start, but once you get over the fear of it, once you actually invest like a day or two to understand the whole workflow, these become really simple, because everything on this page, every single function on Notion is really intuitive. For example, if you want to create a button, right? If you want to create like the buttons that I have created over here, you can just come here, click slash, and if you click slash, that basically opens up all the blocks that can be done. Now, if you can write down button, you will find button. And if you open here, as you can see, you can add a button with an icon, you can set it a name, and you can add an action. And everything is very intuitive. And that is the thing that I love about Notion, that I do not really need to go and look up tutorials very often. Everything is very self-explanatory, and you do not really need to have a greater sense of understanding of software or code to do any of it. So yeah, that was a basic rundown of my whole workflow about how I manage my whole life and my whole work life as well with Notion. And I'm not bluffing when I say that Notion is a piece of software that has completely changed my life, and I am sure that it has changed a lot of you guys' life as well. If you are an old viewer of this channel and if you have found out Notion just because of me, please leave a comment below to let other people know, to let the new people know that how life-changing Notion has been. And if you still haven't used Notion, you can try out Notion for absolutely free by clicking the first link in the description. And before you know it, you will be another one of those guys who is commenting in this video telling me how amazing Notion is. And over the last few videos, I've been saying, guys, old Sankho is back. And what is more old Sankho-esque than a Notion video, a whole Notion video? That is something old Sankho used to do, and that guy is back. So thanks a lot for watching the video, and I will see you soon.